Hello, hello, welcome in, peasants. I've had a very good morning. I slept in, which I know I can do every day, but I don't usually, and just feeling really good. Hope y'all are doing well. A few things changed on the stream. I have a donation bar thing that updates automatically instead of me going in and manually editing it. Looking back, I was like, it was pretty outdated of me, but it worked. But now it's automated, so huzzah, we're 30% of the way there. Also, Ko-Fi alerts work. Big asterisk, because technically I haven't ran it live, but whoever donates, they'll pop up on the screen and things will happen. Pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure. I tested it thoroughly this time, so there you go. I have a couple more things on the Ko-Fi menu today, as well as Chaos Wheel has gone down by $5. The pricing is pretty arbitrary. It's based on my feelings. The only thing that stays the same always is the Tavern staying open for 15 bucks, of which I added official listings on the Ko-Fi shop. You don't have to buy through the shop. I just have them there in case people feel confused. Yes, that's all about that. And next, I don't know what we're sculpting today. I kind of forgot to prepare, which is fine because I don't generally have a lot prepared. I didn't pick what we're sculpting today, which is kind of important. So if you are here early, which if you're here on time, you're early, here is a poll. What do you want to see sculpted today? Reminder to change from top chat to live chat so you can see all messages. We have the Kobold, the Moondragon, and the Young Elven Scholar. All of these are kind of hard, but I'm feeling up to it. Justin Lingual is already wanting the Kobold. Great, that was an option. That was an option. But I'm excited. I've never done a Eastern Dragon inspired Kobold, which is very tricky because they're very Western looking, so I think it's gonna look more like, what are they called? A leopard gecko? I think is how I'm gonna, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out together if that's what wins. But I'll let that go for a few minutes and, yeah. Just gotta hang out for a little bit. It feels really weird because I don't have YouTube Studio up anymore. I just have the chat up, of which I'm gonna be moving the chat to the stream probably at some point because I plan to multi-stream at some point. Also, another update on Patreon. They actually did a huge layoff thing today. Like over 100 people lost their job. And one of the people that was directly helping me with the live stream issue also got laid off. So I feel bad for making comments about like, Patreon's not helping me. Yeah, they don't even work there anymore. I feel so bad for them. Obviously, it's not that important. I can move to different platforms. So, point being, probably not going to stream on Patreon again anytime soon. And not because of bad blood or whatever, but they're busy. There's a lot of shuffling going on. My job, my security is fine. My Patreon is fine. It's just that their extra features aren't getting much attention. Also on that, I'm not going to say too much because I don't know what's going to happen. But it is possible that in the future, I won't be streaming on this channel as much, but I will still be streaming. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing's official. And I'm a horrible secret keeper, so that's my vague breaking it. It's not, I wasn't asked to keep it secret, but there's cool things happening. Make sure to vote on what we're gonna sculpt today. And yeah. Hello to Peter's Animation. I think this is the first time you've been here before, so extra hello to you. Jaslinkle says, you could use Eastern dog breeds to help kobold shapes. It didn't cross my mind at all. Does my dog count? Because my dog, I think you can see my little black bean there, he is a pug, which is a Chinese breed, actually. Pugs are really, really old. If you don't know about like pugs and how long they've been around, look it up. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Moondragon's in the lead. I kind of figured that was going to happen because that would be the biggest pain in the ass and the most fun. Oh, I can't swear as much if I'm going to be on the other channel, probably. That's okay. I'm a big girl. I can swear less. I can use my other many words. Because dragon. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I'll let that go for another minute or so. Nope, more people are voting. Okay, it's gonna be dragon, isn't it? The second I put it on the poll, I'm like, maybe maybe you'll ask for something different. You didn't. That's fair. Jislingle says, kobolds used to be more dog-like, then became dragon-like. So you can return to the roots a little. I did not know that. Roots being Pathfinder or roots being... Kobolds are a Pathfinder thing, right? I'm always really partial to not kobolds, goblins from Pathfinder. I love how football head and squash they look. They're really fun. Mythology. Oh, I should know that. Let me look that up. Because I know like furbolgs aren't a D&D thing. I mean, they are now, but I'm slightly at an angle, so therefore I can't type on my keyboard. Ew. They're Germanic. Oh, I feel like I should know that because, I don't know, very German. Okay. Kobolds, a generic name for household spirit in German folklore. Oh, I'm learning something new so early today. Kobolds are often associated with both mischief and the performance of helpful tasks. What a fun combo. Okay, so they're like just as likely to empty your dishwasher as break dishes. I love that. That's so fun. It's not going to win today because you guys won a dragon, but it is what it is. Hey, Pixel's here. Hello, hello. I greatly appreciate you just saying who you are if you know I know you, because otherwise I'm like, who's Cameron? I don't know who that is. Even see your little tiny face, but not really, just enough to see a little head. I have no idea what you look like still. All right, it's gonna be a dragon. Yeah, I kind of figured. All right, we're gonna end the poll because it's obviously gonna be a dragon. Boop. Thank you for voting. We're moving on. All right, so this moon dragon is the centerpiece of the collection I'm working on, so perhaps it makes sense that we do it soon. The collection is called Moon Dragon Monastery, and it will be releasing next month. Move this over here, zoom out. So you can see we got monasteries, so obviously it's a bunch of monks. I have some things from Buddhist religion here. Just a bunch of different little bits and pieces I am pulling from. It's not any one specific thing, but I would like to try to add as many dragon motifs as I can throughout. So yes, that is the day today. Let us get started. But first, I need more references than just this one. This was requested by my lovely DM. Shout out to her. I'm especially excited to sculpt this dragon here because my DM, it's kind of like, I feel like everyone brags about their DM, but I can't help myself. She's fabulous. And in very unlike her, she actually canceled this weekend's session because she's just super tired and burned out. And in like the 2 years we've been playing, she's never done that. And I'm so glad that she did. Like, just take a break. I, being an introvert, love canceled plans. It brought almost a tear to my eye. It made me so happy, even though I also like D&D. You understand. But I'm very happy to be able to sculpt a request of hers and kind of maybe bring up her spirits a little bit. So this dragon's awesome. The things that are most fun about it are this mane it has, the shape of the horns, which I'm going to push even further. Here, let's do a little draw over so I remember all the things that I liked the most. We can kind of talk about elements here that are most important. Move that out of the way. Sometimes this likes to play with my pen nicely, sometimes it doesn't. That's okay. Here we go. And then I can grab references based on the things that I circled that are most important. Okay. One being this wing shape. It's kind of bat-like, actually. So that's, oh, that's a fun auto shape we did there. Please don't do that. Cool. And then the horns, I'm going to really push the idea that they're coming together like a circle. One, because circles draw a lot of attention. They're very cool. It's circle cool. Anyway, it's like a moon. 2 crescent moons making a moon. Very cool. And oh, it's Miguel! Hello, hello. I will have a great stream today. Maybe. I also like the hair. I think the mane here is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to draw attention to that. And the triangle shape of the head. Everything else I'm pretty open for. We do have this interesting secondary wing going on. In an especially long S-like shape. So more than usual, we're really going to emphasize this shape here. So if I can bullet point that, of which I do have a little sticky note that I kept. I want to see if it behaves. Oh no, my secret documents. You can see all the wooble patterns that I grabbed legally on the internet. I would buy them if they were for sale. I don't know why, I mean, I bought them. I don't know why Woobles doesn't put their patterns for sale. Anyway, most important things we're going to note here. I'm very displeased this did not save my formatting or my color. What was the point of that? Again, you don't have to have a crystal clear plan when you go to sculpt something, but I like to have small semblance of plan. So I'm just gonna put down kind of like my wish list of what this dragon's gonna look like. We're gonna go with moon antlers, or moon horns. S body, triangle head. I know these notes seem really stupid. Believe me, it's important. Bat wing, main, and possibly secondary wing. Maybe. Instead of saying maybe, I'm just going to make this smaller in font. Can I make just one piece smaller, or is it going to make the whole thing smaller? Ooh, very nice. Very happy about that. All right, this is going to kind of be our shopping list here. More or less in order. Can I make this float on top, please? Good. Excellent. And I don't need to save this, my scribbles. That was just to see what felt right. And I don't know if we actually need that many other references. I mean, I usually do, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. 10 out of 10 stream already because sketches. I know, look at me go! Oh, awesome! Miguel's working on more bards. A pair of dudes that are rather tenacious indeed, serving for praise. Incredible. Oh my gosh, never stop. Alright, we are going to... Something about this dragon vaguely reminds me of the dragon from Sunbreak, which is the Monster Hunter Rise DLC, which is funny I say that because I didn't play that DLC. But it's on my mind because I'm playing Worlds, I'm playing Iceborne right now, which is violently difficult. God. Here we go. I think this is reminding me of this dragon here. Yes, it is, a little bit. It feels vampire-y. What is the dragon name from Monster Hunter Rise? Sunbreak, I think is the name of that DLC. Malzeno. Alright, Pinterest, show me Malzeno. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna combine these two dragons. It's a dragon day. I've been really hooked on Monster Hunter right now, if you can't tell. It's Ooh, and there's fan art. Ooh, love this. Yeah, this is feeling very similar in vibe. Maybe like a blood moon? Hmm? This has got super triangle head. I can see why I was thinking of this. Oh, some of these stylizations are really fun. Peter says, I miss sculpting so much. Oh, you gotta come back. Now I remember, thank you for your video about learning ZBrush, or how to learn ZBrush you did years ago. Oh my goodness, that was a hot minute. My whole thing was just not sculpt every day, but sit down and open ZBrush every day. I'm at work staying late right now, so it's really refreshing to see the whole process again. Thank you. Well, thank you. I love when people think nice things and then share them. That was really kind. I stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, guaranteed. And if we hit our tip goal, I stream Thursday too. So yeah, hang around. This is the latest I stream, starting at 1. Sometimes I stream up to 2 hours earlier. It really depends. All right. Also, this is the first week I've actually had a stream schedule in a long time, so you're in luck. Oh, and Nifty's here. Hello, hello. I just had pea soup. So today, will be one of those days I don't trust my farts. This is, you're 12 years old. All right, what else? I'm unsure of the pose that I'm going to want here. I love this. I'm also thinking from a 3D printing standpoint, of which you can 3D print darn near anything. So don't let that be the reason why you make boring designs. That being said, like I want something kind of like this, but not so awkward. You know? Like, it feels like two different dragons. We must be the same dragon still. I'm gonna start clicking at a bunch of Chinese dragons and kind of let the Pinterest flow. I love this sculptor. This is one of my favorite sculptors. I always recognize their stuff. Do I know their name? No, I think it's Keith. No, that's like a really American version of it. Ah, there it is. Kata, not Keith. Anyway, fantastic. That put me in the wrong area. Traveler Miguel. Hey man, I know you. You're famous. He is. He's a very good friend of mine. Genuinely a good guy. Not just on the internet. Crazy. There's that guy again that I like. Not Keith. When you're sculpting dragons, it's interesting. You have to think about the pose sooner than later, or suffer the consequences. Yeah. Surprisingly close, Bob, so far. Keith versus Kata. Yeah. Nifty. I give up. What movie? Everybody knows Miguel. Okay, so it's Moon Dragon Monastery. How do we feel about maybe making the dragon and the terrain into, like, making it like one piece? I've done this before when I had like a Chinese dragon around crystals, but because it's Moon Dragon Monastery, I'm realizing why not have this dragon wrapping up like a column? My only issue with this is it's really not that loopy, wormy, you know? But I saw this and I'm like, that's Moon Dragon Monastery. I mean, that's the theme I have. I love terrain being included. Mother dragon protecting eggs. That would give some pretty built-in good lore for the monastery, and the purpose of the monastery is like worshiping and serving the dragon. So maybe I could do this kind of pose, but including like a nest of eggs. That just sounds like more work. We're getting somewhere though. I'm really liking. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god. I don't know if I could do that. This is also really cool. Something really cool about the requester in my DM. Again, she's the greatest. I could change this violently, and as long as it was still cool, she'll be happy, which is nice. Deva says, you can do it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Also, hello. I think you're new as well. Big ass print if you do that. I know. I think it'd be a little too much. But you're right. I could sculpt it. I could do it. Oh my goodness. What if we did something wrapped around a torii gate? How cool would that be? Oh, I already have a really cool torii gate too. God, I woke up today and I'm like, you know what I want? Problems. Well, the thing is, I have sculpted a lot of dragons, okay? So let me look at some of the dragons I've sculpted. This is my website. So I can see if I can tread some new ground here. I think it's important. All right, I go to bestiary type dragon. I built this website. I'm excessively proud of it because it was a huge pain in the butt, and I built it twice because I didn't like the first time I did it. Anyway, here are my dragons. You can tell the newer ones because they have a different, better render style. This is the most recent dragon I did, which is a fairy dragon. Also kind of worm body a little bit. First time viewer, long time fan. I thought I recognized the name. I know it sounds silly because it's kind of like an assortment of letters, but I swear I recognized it. I pride myself in being good with names. All right. I don't want to do the same pose over and over again. I have this lion drake, which I love. And to me, this is a very quintessential dragon pose. It's very powerful, chest out kind of thing. And I think I've been doing myself a great disservice if I just do the same dumb pose over and over again. Even if it's a good pose. I have this one. Again, it's kind of chest out, very cool. The death dragon. But the Chinese dragon, this is what I was talking about. This model, by the way, was printed on Adam Savage's YouTube channel. Adam Savage is one of the original Mythbusters. It was Adam and Jamie, and he just seemed really cool. And I think it's like Adam Savage's Tested or something. I can't remember, but it was in a video he did talking about 3D printing years ago, and I'm still super excited about it. I didn't save the videos. If you're like, where? I don't know. You'll just have to take my word for it. Just kidding. Go find it. It's a very old video, probably 6 years. If you guys haven't seen this before, I've done 2 other worm-style dragons I really like, which was my river dragon and my cherry blossom dragon. This one I sculpted more recently and looks insane. Very, very proud of it. Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. You heard her, folks. You test that Ko-Fi and someone add an extra hour. I'm tapped for the week. That's totally fair. No pressure at all to donate. But yeah, the stream's always planned for 2 hours. If you want a 3rd hour, you can go to my Ko-Fi. It's pinned. Okay. Very cool on this one. I really think I want to do something that's incorporating terrain. Wow, I've been in a lot of dragons. I'm a big fan of this really goofy, like, Hydra hatching out of an egg. Hit one. There we go. This is so goofy. Oh gosh. Plot twist, we'll just do a baby dragon. No, I think I'm going to bring in that Torii Gate and make something kind of crazy. I saw this and I'm like, oh, I love me some problems. Let's do something insane. Yeah? I think we can do it. You guys believe in me. I believe in me. Yeah. Yeah. I probably wouldn't do it if I didn't literally have a Torii Gate already, but I do. So I feel like, what do I call them? It's my emotional support sculpt. I feel like we're a little bit of the way there, which makes me happy. All right, let me set up my scene, because there's a bunch of brushes. The first time you click on them, they feel the need to tell you what they do and catches about them. That drives me crazy. There. Very minor. I'm just complaining. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my Torii Gate. I always forget Tori's with 2 eyes. This is the gate. It looks quite nice, if I do say so myself. And just because it's a good day, and I don't mind it. I'm gonna sculpt this gate right, or a dragon around this gate, but there's a Google Drive link if you want to download this for free. It is 3D printable, and it does come with the pre-supported STL as well. It's tested on resin, but you don't have to use the pre-supported. All right. Let me go ahead and begin. Oh, I'm very excited. With a model this big, are we gonna finish it today? No. But we can make a lot of really good progress, and I can show you a lot of different techniques that I don't normally get to do. So I'm excited. Also, old kobolds were dog face, new kobolds are dragon face. Funny you say that, Justin will beat you to the punch on that, but it was a fun fact the first time, and it's still a fun fact the second time. I did a whole thing, I went to the Wikipedia page, and I was like, oh, they're from Germanic folklore. Miguel, will you teach me a blender when she can't use ZBrush anymore? No, I can. I'm working on it. I might get a deal going. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I plan just not to update my MacBook, so we're good. All right, so we have our Torii Gate here, and now insert dragon. Okay. Thinking. I do have a dragon base mesh that I like quite a lot that I've worked on throughout the years. If I saved it, we'll see if I'm disappointed here or not. Is this my old one? No, this is my new one. Ah, he's nice base mesh. So this is where we'll actually do a lot of the, you know, putting dragon together. But something I'm gonna do first is just see if I can create a shape that I like around this. You guys hear my dog snoring in the background? He's having a good old little time. Also gonna add a base to this pretty much ASAP so I can figure out how big of a problem I'm dealing with here. Oh, that base fits in really nicely. Maybe I'll put like a river going through it or a stream. I'll definitely put more lotus flowers, stuff like that. If I have any possible reason to add a lotus flower, you know we're gonna add one. I don't need mini scaling right now. It's a dragon. It's gonna be whatever we want. Okay. It's a dragon. So we're gonna have 4 legs and 2 wings, maybe 4 wings if I decide to do the bottom ones, and a long tail. Where do I want legs? What overall shape do I want? I like how epic this is, and you know, it's like an infinity symbol almost, but I do want it to be closer to this Western dragon a little bit. So we're gonna make him like much less noodly, okay? Not quite yet. Amazing. Well, I'm glad Nifty and Miguel are getting along. Doesn't surprise me. You guys are both shit stirrers in the best way. Okay. I think I want the dragon to be climbing over it. So something kind of like this. And it's going to help me a lot to not care too much. Yes. We're going to use the Move Brush along with Snake Hook with Sculptress Pro. And we're going to just start being able to move stuff around. And I'll decide what I think the head's going to be. Okay. This will probably be its head. It would be odd if I had the body going straight up. There we go. This silly noodly bit that I'm doing right now is going to end up being like the most important part of the entire model. You will see. Will you see soon? No, but you will see. I'm also going to lock start just because I tend to know where I'm starting. I just don't know where I'm ending. And I would like if I could continue to change it over and over again. There we go. So again, it's still going to be quite noodly, just not as noodly as our reference here. All right, so we can have one leg coming off here. Very good. And one leg coming off here. Can I do it like kind of hunched? That's not very graceful. I do want this still somewhat regal dragon instead of like little goblin-y dragon. But I'm also going to let the sculpt be what it's going to be, if that makes sense. The sculpts, they speak to me. Alright, this is going to be a wing, and because the wing is going to be so bat-like in shape, we can do some pretty cool nonsense. Just going to start to remember what this shape's going to look like roughly. I'm also going to throw a bend arc on it. Again, these are all going to be placeholders. This is a sketch in 3D. Just like, well, we were kind of talking about that yesterday and what that would mean exactly. This is what it would mean, and this is why I think doing a bunch of these in 50 days could be kind of punishing. Alright, so we have top wing here, which is cool. We're definitely struggling with head placement. Abandon the chat for a little bit. How are we doing? Very good. Sounds good, Miguel. Thank you for hanging out. Nifty says, oh my gosh, Mia, I need to tell you something. I'm listening. What is happening? never know what's going to be with you. I'm going to guess it's something dumb that I shouldn't read on stream. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just make, instead of this being the head, that's being the base of the neck. And this is going to be the head. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was showing ZBrush to my sister, and she started randomly messing with brushes. That's always a good starting point. I love to hear that. Traveler says, so you want a sinuous dragon, maybe double wing, mane, curved horns, whip-like tail. You gotcha. You got me. That's exactly what I want. With triangle head. And this is our little moon antlers. Is anyone else starting to see it? Because I'm starting to see it. I'm excited. This is going to be outrageous. I don't like the wing block-in at all, so we will just get rid of them. I'm also not crazy about our limage. Nifty says she picked curve flat brush and then I disabled curve mode. You should try it. Curve flat. I don't think I... Curve flat. Ah, yes. Okay. That makes sense. It's single-sided. Nice. I never use this brush. And then you disabled curve? What would even happen? No curve. It's just a sphere. That's not helpful. That is kind of a quintessential ZBrush experience, is opening it up and then just getting stuck doing a bunch of squares or a bunch of spheres. No, why does your version not do it? What? I have ancient archaic version. I'm on 2022.0.8. So. Wait, I thought you have the same version as me. What happened? Okay, we need back legs. Oh, you have 2025. Oh yeah, you're fancy. No, I bought the perpetual license, and I do not, like, I do well for myself. I don't have money to spend $40 a month on a software. That'd be almost $500 a year. I don't have that money. I have too many other things that I want. Like a house. My favorite monster hunting dragon is the jet one. Zoom dragon. Which one is that? The one that, like, I'm thinking one that, like, dive bombs you at the end. Is that Kushala? The wind one? I think it's Kushala is the name. I'm not great with the names. I'm good at people names. Not so good at dragon names. The back legs on worm dragons, I will say, leave a lot to be desired sometimes. My best bet is just to draw as little attention to them as possible and hope for the best. Oh my gosh. Oh, an angel dropped 2025 on your doorstep. What a nice angel. Matey. No, I'm good. I don't do bad things. All right, cool on this, and then wing. I also need way more neck, so I'm gonna use move and back face mask, and we're gonna thicken them up because I gotta have something to attach these wings to. We were very noodly, which is fine, but we're not gonna be that noodle. And we're also not going to sculpt out of asymmetry. We are just sketching in asymmetry. I think I kind of nailed this flow the first time. I'm very proud of that. Ooh, that's nice. I'm still not crazy about the size of everything. So when in doubt, make the head smaller. That helps a lot. Really common mistake I see is sculpting big things and then making the head really big. No. Valstrax, that's the name. Which one was Valstrax? Valstrax. Is this the one that dive bombs you and explodes? Yep. I remember you. Much yelling, much stress, panic. Yeah, this was in Rise, right? I can't remember. Yeah, it's gotta be in Rise. It definitely wasn't in, World. What does the armor set look like? Yeah, I never got this. You know, I actually didn't love the armor set. It's very like, what is it? Gundam? Or like mech, and I was like, that's not my favorite. My favorite is Valhaz, whatever. This guy is my favorite, and this armor is of my favorite. So cool. Except I always tint it black because edgelord, I don't know. It's such a cool dragon. I looked at this one a lot when sculpting my death dragon. Yeah. Hello, Kate. Welcome, welcome. Just says, I disappeared to look for Adam Savage video, then realized he's made so many videos, 77 about 3D printing alone. Oh no. Let me see if I can search our Discord for Savage and see if it comes up. There's 15 results. Here we go. Brian, I just saw your Chinese dragon show up on Adam Savage's tested video with Norm. That's the best I got. Did we then link it? Were we helpful? I'm trying. I didn't link it. I said, wait, what? Are you sure? Can you link it? Oh, I found it. I found the video. Here you go. Boop. And I didn't even know about it. Someone told me. I found it. Thank you for sharing. Starts right at that time code. I guess that has a time code for y'all. Thank you, Brian. Look, Mom, famous. I'm not famous. I would be a terrible famous person. The first thing I would want is to be not famous. Immediately. Okay, stop showing me results for... There, go away. Sweet. No one got the postman quote, though. Hey man, famous. No man, I know you're famous man. Kevin Costner and Tom Petty. I know both of these people, but I still don't know what you're referencing. I'm too young. See, if you guys complain enough, I will find the thing. Nifty, you better have saw that, because I know you've asked and I also didn't help you, so. There you go. I did it. Alright, we have dragon. It's gonna have to be more noodly than I thought. It's gonna be a noodle dragon. That's okay. Let's, do I have any bat-like wings already made? That would be nice. I recently added a new wing shape here, this one, which is for the goose that I made. If you guys didn't see it, I posted like on the socials, the TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. If you ever leave a nice comment there, I don't respond. It's not that I don't hate that I hate you. I post and then I'm gone. I never ever check socials because I can't. Because I have chipmunk brain and I'm very susceptible to the loop of checking numbers. So I just don't make it an option. So I don't read anything ever. I just feel the need to say that. But you should follow me if you are on those platforms and you want to see my stuff. I posted a video about me designing the kobolds jousting on geese. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Nifty has seen it. There you go. If you left nice comment, I wouldn't know. That's the only caveat. And if you do get a response, it's 100% Ricky. In fact, that happens if you email us and you get a response and it's signed off as Mia. It's not me. It's never me. I do not respond to emails because I'm mean. Ricky and I had to have a discussion about that. He saw some of the responses I was giving to people and he was like, you can't say that. And I was like, I didn't say anything mean. I just was very dry, which in text comes across very poorly. So I was banned from doing that. It's okay. It's for the best. I don't really have wings that I like for this. I guess I'll make new wing. I do like making new wings, so I'm fine with that. None of these are even close. Okay, we'll be making new wings as well, probably. Paint says, yeah, Mia rarely responds to my message as well. Lol, JK. I was gonna say, it's not my fault you use our personal DMs as your own notebook. So your own questions get lost. And that's why I can't respond to emails. Just kidding. I can do the customer service thing well. That was all my jobs were like that. I'm just a little outdated on it. That's all. Okay, we are going to do a little screenshot of this as a reminder of what I'm going to do with it. And then I think I'm gonna just sculpt this in parts. It's going to be very difficult to pose this body. Yes. Customer is always right. Dude, the customer is never right. It's like stunning how wrong they are all of the time. My favorite is customer loaded questions, where it's instead of asking you a question of like needing like help with something or whatever, it's my favorite. It's like when it's just like a statement. There's a statement baked into the question. Stuff like, do you enjoy killing, how long have you been killing puppies? Like crazy stuff where it's like, it's into the question that you kill puppies. And obviously you don't. You don't. That's a horrible, crazy thing. And you're like, how am I supposed to answer your dumb, biased question? I don't understand it. It's the same kind of energy of like, why do you hate me? And I'm like, do you need a problem? Do you need a problem solved? Sorry, this is a Wendy's. I'm just like, ah. Right. Same deal goes for, do I want this mirrored? I do want this mirrored. Yes. All right, we're gonna start moon dragoning this base I have. I was gonna make a point and then I immediately forgot it because I got distracted by doing my job. So I will let that continue to happen. That's probably the correct answer here. All right, so I'm a big fan of having base mesh sculpts like this you create. You're thoughtful, you take your time, you're slow, and you have all the base pieces here, but it's very easy to grab segments. You can see like some outline of muscle structure. You don't even have to go that far. Just make sure you have multiple pieces. When in doubt, new subtool every time. It's like, but Mia, I have thousands of subtools. Okay, then you went too far, but dozens is fine. All right, I'm gonna turn this head down. Yes. And we're gonna start working on this front shape. There's so much drama in this that it's gonna carry it, and I'm gonna start weaving in these like moon motifs as well. Yeah. Just Lingle says, I think it's funny, in the aerospace field, customer's always right. Me, sure, you want to break several laws and also have the vehicle stop working mid-flight. But sure, we could do your idea. I feel that. Beautiful. One email takes me minimal 30 minutes. I get you. Because I like to be really clear, and so I proofread my emails to death. This is reason number 1000 why I'm not allowed to answer emails. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill. And I don't think the skill is then sounding as corporate as possible. Like, I can't stand when I like email support and the thing I get is like, thank you for reaching out. We value your problem immensely. We'll be getting back to you shortly as we can. Proceeds to be useless, or like send like a 20 question questionnaire. And I'm like, you're just trying to wear me out so I don't come back. Oh man. Oh, there's Catfish. Hi, Catfish. You know, we were just complaining about, you know, the customer's always right kind of thing. And then speaking of annoying, I'm kidding. Always good to see you. We're sculpting a dragon today. I hope you've been well. No, Catfish. What are you doing in a stream? You're never here. We knew peace, and now you are here. Alright, we're continuing to sculpt this dragon, but now we wanted to make it slightly pretty dragon. Gonna make the face a little bit longer and thin the jaw a touch as well. I can get away with having a pretty absurd arc in the neck because I have an idea of how we're gonna pose it later. I'm so glad I did that. Oh yeah, daily stream reminder, double check that your stream chat is in live mode, not top chat. This will be solved soonish because I plan to put the chat on the stream. I don't know if it'll be too small for you guys to read, but I'm hoping that will be helpful. I am here to demand more game streams. Perhaps. Currently, I only do bonus streams if we hit our weekly goal, which we have been. But then I just make more art with it, which is really fun. So I think that's more where the demand is. I think it's what I like doing more slightly. Though I do like playing games. I can't believe you disconnected and we didn't bring you back. And then that was pretty filthy. Even by my standards, I'm like, that was pretty mean of me. On an old game stream, we were playing Peak. Catfish was involved, and they disconnected at some point, and I just did not invite them back because they were being such a pain in the ass. It was great. The stream didn't last much longer after that, so he didn't miss out much. We all died, and I decided we had had enough. So, yeah. It's Aloha! If we get banned on YouTube, do we go to Facebook Live? Ugh, that'd be so demeaning. Okay, I made a hint earlier, and I don't think anyone else got it, but you will probably understand when I say this, Aloha. Nothing is certain for now, but it is possible within a few months I will not be streaming on this channel, but I will be streaming on YouTube and Twitch, but not on my channel. Maybe. There's no plans, officially, but we're talking. There's talks happening. Talks are talking. Don't say it if you know what I'm talking about, though. It's not a secret, but I feel like I shouldn't be talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, someone did buy you for the next one, Catfish. You know, it's funny because Catfish is never here, Aloha, and it's a funny coincidence that you're both here at the same time. That's great. Yeah. All right, this is looking quite nice. I feel like the eyes should probably be... I do want this to look a little serene, not just like angry death dragon. Because there's a whole monastery of monks worshipping it, I feel like that would make it less violent. I don't want it to look derpy, but maybe a little sweet. In my head, inexplicably, it's the female dragon. I don't know why it's important. I think, oh, someone said guarding a nest of eggs earlier, and that really imprinted in my head. Good job. You've made it into my headcanon. I think it was nifty. Nifteroni. What a lively stream so far. Good time. Ooh, Aloha will be returning soonish to full power. Good. There's been complaints about the lack of art club, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this. I barely have time to do my own job. Sounds good. Goodbye, Catfish. Gosh. And again, I'm not banned from Patreon. My account is just marked high risk, so I can't be permitted to stream. That's all. It's not like a ban. It's just a... Just like Will said, I didn't complain. I just like it. They were mercilessly complaining. Reaper also said they'd probably start on it. So no rush, Aloha. Be very, very clear on that. What am I doing? I need like a horn slot. Cool. Can I make these forms more formy? Gosh, that contrast slider is like talent and a button. Looks a little weird from the front. Why? Because the eyeballs are falling outside of its head. Yes, that would be it. What we do is we hide the eyeballs, giving it like a pug head a little bit right here. Not that there's anything wrong with you. There is. But I need to scoot some of these forms over. Getting that pretty mushy. Let's just sculpt it instead. I do like this weird beak thing I got going on. And it's because I wasn't deciding whether or not the eyes would be forward facing or not. We're gonna not do that as much. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm gonna call you Deb, if that's fine. Because that's the first 3 letters. I feel like your name's, I'm gonna call you like Deborah. I'm gonna go with Deb. Deb says, how is modeling models for nerds high risk? My husband was in the background for the first time ever, and you can only see his feet, and so I think I made one too many foot fetish jokes. Listen, I did this to myself. I shouldn't have. We were all thinking it was funnier than it was, and I think I got scanned by like AI trust and safety team, and they didn't understand the context. I really didn't say it that much, and I didn't say anything nasty. I was just like the feet man. It was very funny, and then he'd wiggle his feet when I talked to him. It was funny. She said, not defensively. There was no nudity. I was sculpting a humpback whale. You don't think hump and humpback was a problem? Context. Okay, whatever. I'm telling you, it wasn't jokes. AI just saw feet and flagged it. But they were little feet. They were only this big on screen. It was tame. Oh gosh. All right, can I? Yeah. I need to make an eyeball cavity of sorts. And I need to be less afraid of de-lumpifying this. All right, there's a skull in here. Punch those eyeballs in. Get them in there. There we go. And I don't want this to be so chunky. So create a new plane. There we go. Aha, intention. We're finding it. You don't have to be a good sculptor, but you're not allowed to mumble when you sculpt, if that makes sense. It's kind of a secret trap, because if you don't mumble while you sculpt, you're gonna make something good. Biggest of brain. That already looks better. From the front, it's still a little odd, but to my defense, a lot of predators look odd from the front. Like eagles. Eagles look ridiculous from the front. If you would like a little treat for yourself today, go to Google Images and search eagle front view. You'll see some goofy birds. Your day will be slightly better. Yeah, look how far we had to move those eyes in. Wow. All right, now let's fix this as well. Not fix, I just improve. It's a big eyeball. I'm gonna do one of my favorite tricks, and I'm going to do like this double eyelid thing. I find that it just makes things look better. Oop. I'm in the process of doing that. Right? Meow. I don't even like that movie so much, but I just find it really funny. Alright, where is the other lid? There you are. Traveler said, Mia, my dragon question. It's up a bit. Where? Forward facing is predator. Yeah, side facing is prey. I know. I'm aware. But dragons look stupid if they look like this. We got some options here. Also, eagles have forward facing eyes. That's probably why they look so dumb. Alright, now she just looks kind of tired, and I'm a big fan of that. I did want this dragon to look a little older. Perfect. Very good. Actually, looks kind of sad. What if we're angrier about it? No, I like that. Let's bring that back in. Perfect. And we'll have a lump here. Let's hollow that out. Very good. And then this needs to be brought back in. Are we doing a weird hollow thing on accident? No. Good, good, good. Good. We're about to move on from the head, not because it's done, but because we made lots of changes. Traveler said, lol, I'll repost it. Oh, I must have missed it. I missed it. Here's a question. Two-part. 1. How will you adjust this body to be more serpentine? By taking masking brush and stretch. 2. Have you considered using some ZBrush patterns like yesterday as like special marking as highlights? Yes. Like the trim brushes? Yes. That would be fun. I have a really cool scale brush. I'm gonna start layering too. That wasn't funny. I thought it was a joke. Oh, it's just a dragon question. I'm so used to it being a joke when you guys get my attention. That was allowed. Oh, something on YouTube I forgot to tell you guys about. If you put the little @ symbol, like shift 2 @ M3DM, my name should pop up. And if you do that, it shows up in orange, so it's way easier to get my attention. Obviously, please don't do it constantly, because then I will just ignore all of you. But if you have a question, especially, yeah, please do. That would be awesome. Use that. Did you just type @M3DM? It doesn't work. Nifty, you're such a pain in the butt. M3DM. Oh, that's really dumb. Very good. No. All right, we have a really cool dragon head that's 1000% more interesting than what we had before. Shall we do a before and after? We shall. All right, here's the head we had before. And then the head we have now. We'll do a little before and after action because it just makes my brain happy. Oh, what was I expecting? That didn't work. 1 second, figuring it out. And there's this one. And we're gonna save in case I do something goofy. Yeah, I knew you know. No, @Mia doesn't work either, though I did see that right away. Reaper has conditioned me. Look at the improvement. Look at us doing things in time. Head pats for me. Good job, me. I think this head shape is going to work much, much better. Why is the base doing that? Don't do that. We'll deal with that problem later. Okay, so this head, but here. How cool is that gonna be? It's like dad and daughter. Oh, that's sweet. I thought it might be interesting for the horns, give them a special pattern. I think you're really onto something, and I do remember the numbers we use because we talked about them so much yesterday. I don't usually have inscription-like patterns on organic creatures, but if I can inscribe, you know, the horns with that, I mean, that'd be really cool, and it does tie in a nice little detail of why it appears in the other models in the set. So, gold star for Traveler. Very good. Just Single says, Mia, not a question, but explaining, quote, form versus illusion of form was actually a revelation I needed yesterday. Oh yeah? Good, good. Oh, I'm so glad. That's why drawing is really hard, and I'm bad at it. But Dad, I want to be the goddess of the Eastern Temple. I noticed I tried these illusions in a few different ways. With sculpting, because with drawing, that's good. Don't stop doing that. You're a very talented 2D artist. I would hate if I diluted that in any way. In any way at all. Nah, drawing is easy because you can lie and cheat. The idea that, like, that's just really funny. I can't, I'm not good enough with words to explain what I'm trying to think of, but pretty much it's like me, good-hearted, good at sculpting, you, evil, devious, good at drawing. But I know it's not true. But that was a semblance of my joke I couldn't put together. How is your drawing going, Mia? It is on pause because I started doing painting tutorials instead, and that was going well, and then I got tired, and then I stopped. Yeah. you're on the... This is how I know he's done. Look at him. He's my little dog. This is how I know he needs Ricky to come get him. He is done with his late afternoon nap, and he is ready to be attended to. You're so small. Look at that little guy. Would you like me to go text Ricky so you can go hang out with him instead? Is my stream boring? Come here. Come up here and I'll text Ricky. Come on. Wow. So athletic. Please don't jump on my tablet. Stop. You're being annoying. Thank you. Here. Text Ricky. Come get you. Get dog. That is exactly what I texted. Stop. Thank you. I know. I told you to stop like 3 times, and that's so the opposite of fun, isn't it? Now he has to be sad about it. You guys can't see him anymore. Alright, Ricky's gonna come get you. Are we ready to be got? I don't know if he's inside or not, so it might be a second. But it's about time to take a small break. I don't need to be this big on screen, though. No. Yep, I hear the door open. You're gonna get got. Because you're bored. You're bored of my stream. That's fine. Go be free. Woo! Oh, he fell.
Oh boy.
That's okay.
That's cool.
We're fine. He's fine. Goodbye! But he comes over and sits on the rug when he gets bored.
You're ready.
I guess. He's just gonna go sit with Ricky and do nothing. I don't know why he doesn't want to hang out. Oh gosh. Nitty says, I miss the old days. Instead of texting, someone would just scream, get the dog! He was not in the same building, and my voice does not travel. But I assure you, that is exactly what happens when I'm off stream. But I don't want to, yeah. I'm a woman, so when I yell, it just comes out really shrill and angry sounding. Maybe not all women, but definitely this one has not figured out how to yell from my normal voice. It immediately just, get the dog! And I'm not going to subject you guys to that, so yes. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I know. But again, he wasn't in the same building. He was outside in a different building. Our garage has a floor on top of it. That's where he was. Our garage is not connected to our house. Diaphragm exercise for the deepness. Do not have much range. Okay, we're done with that. So, very pleased with this dragon head. In an hour, we have concepted and blocked out a head. I am pleased with that. We are halfway through the stream. We have 1 more hour. Reminder, the burden does not have to be on one person. You can always scheme for $15 for another hour, but obviously you do not have to. We already have a bonus stream paid for tomorrow, which I'm excited about. We are going to be sculpting the spirit bear tomorrow, and probably, depending on how much time I have, finishing Mallow as well. So I predict Cyber Chat will appear mañana. My mom's voice of wake up, school in an hour, still sends shivers down my spine 37 years later. That's beautiful. I love that. Alright, I've done enough staring at my progress here. I do think it'd be nice to take a screenshot of this. I feel like this is something I'll make a content out of later. Okay, smile. I might not include my... No, I'll include the tip bar. I'll always be grifting. Okay. Bam. I did. Bam. A content. Sweet. And we continue. Boop. Alright. Putting this back. And continuing on the sculpt. Nice. Yeah, that is a crazy difference. And per usual fashion, when I sculpt, things inexplicably get smaller. I don't know why. So we'll make that a little bit bigger to match what it was before. 2 dragons, yin, yang, one on top of the wood, on the ground. I'm gonna do a summoning circle. It's kind of like that, but more like the self-eating snake. Yeah. My mother would wake me up and just say, I'm not forcing you out of bed, just remember life has consequences. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just went to the bus myself. I never had my parents wake me up, ever. So this is an unrelatable thing to me, but one that I'm interested in nonetheless. All right, we do swoopy neck, and then we're gonna start piecing things together on said dragon. I think we're gonna piece things together sooner than later, because I mentioned this a little bit yesterday on stream, but the biggest thing that I've noticed how AI has affected my workflow is it's made me much slower. I am super inefficient now. Anything that I can do inefficiently but increases the artistry or feels fun at all, I jump on that immediately. Again, it's the same energy like someone's tailgating me on the way home and you just drive really slow because I'm like, no, I will not be rushed. I have nowhere to be. No. Gosh, that already looks so good just being tacked on. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm very, very excited about this. What do we think? Did we improve? I'm actually really impressed that the proportions are quite similar. Someone else be very impressed by this because I am thrilled. Totally intentional. I have master perception of perspective, or not perspective, proportion. No, that was a really happy accident. Okay. We're going to keep this, we'll call it head BO, just so I can keep all my blockouts. And then I do think I'm gonna wanna have some sort of slight angle on this, just so it's a little more attractive. I'm also gonna move over, and can I just move it over slightly so that... Sorry, I'm doing that thing where I don't say the whole sentence, I just finish it in my head. It's one of the hardest things about me practicing streaming, and I've done really well and improved over the years, but I still have that habit where I say some stuff and finish the rest in my head. Sounds like a skill issue that you can't read my mind. Anyway, I'm moving this over a little bit to improve the silhouette. So currently, there was no separation between, there we go, it looked like this. And it's hard to tell what the heck's going on there. If I just scoot it over, isn't that crazy, the improvement? I know it's a 3D model, so you can just turn it, but now it looks even better from all angles. God, this model is gonna be so cool. There's just so much work that has to happen. But we're gonna have a good time on the way. Yeah? Yeah. Yes, Just Lingual says, Matt's campaign made me feel better. Instead of release 50 models, 50 poses, it's 3 scenes with 1 focal model. Good work with seemingly no rush. Exactly, exactly. They are all models and packs that he released on Tribes previously. And I think it was his idea already, but I did really push him. I was like, sell that work again. And he's like, no, it already released on Tribes. And I'm like, no, just sell it again. He's like, it's the same thing. I'm like, that's fine. It's a different platform. Oh gosh. Deb says, gotta go. Everything you do is great. This will be amazing too. You're a sweetie. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope I see you later. Traveler says, yes, much improved. Thank you, thank you. Just Lingual says, as a child, I hated getting up. Nothing has changed. I set an alarm 2 hours early. That is ridiculous. Because 1.5 hours are spent regretting existence. You were a grown man. No, that's so funny. To be fair, I naturally can stay up very late, and I also struggle with going to bed early. My overall time slept is about 7.5 to 8 hours, so it's fine, but I don't sleep until around 2, sometimes 3 in the morning. It's just a natural flow I've always been on. I've fixed it before, and the second I don't have to get up or go to sleep by midnight, which never happens, better said, the second I don't have to get up before 8 a.m., I don't. Ever. I've done reading about it, and people are like, oh yeah, some people just naturally are better at it. And I'm like, great, how can I change that? And it does not stick. It does not stick at all. So I've decided to just accept it and be very happy that I have a job that lets me do that. Yeah. T-Rex hands. I might. Peter says, I just want to say I'm heading home. If you're still alive, I'll watch from there. I might be. We'll see. Goodbye for now, Peter. Wow, best dragon in the world. Me. Thank you. Traveler said, I won't lie, I was puzzled over the feet, debating on if it should remain more dragon-like or more bird-like. Well, now that you said it, I feel like I'm thinking bird, actually. I wasn't going to do that. What do we think? I think Eastern dragons have more bird talon-like feet. Yes! Oh, that's why Nifty said T-Rex hands. I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning for work. Oh, God. Hey, I'm hyper-productive for the rest of the day. I get to have my one struggle as a grown man. An hour and a half of languishing in bed in the morning is very funny, and I couldn't help myself. You're right. You get to pick that struggle. And I get to make fun of you for having that struggle. Which is silly, because I would have the same struggle. My DM is going to lose her mind over this. I'm very excited to send her a picture. You would think, with how much I like having requests, that I like sculpting commissions. I don't. They drain the very existence of my soul. If I ever offer commissions again, it's because I'm trying to save up for something, or because I had a great change in attitude. One is much more likely than the other. I do okay with commissions when I pretty much upfront tell people they're going to have very, very little to no revisions. The more I have someone's input on the process, the more I hate it. It's kind of like, if you ever hire contractors to renovate parts of your house, please don't follow them around and watch them work. Like, a little bit's fine, but like, gosh, our neighbors had some work done recently, and they just stood there the whole time. These guys were out in the sun, watching them. Like, go inside. Leave them alone. Oh, that's what it feels like when I have to have someone part of the revision process. I'm like, no. You hired me because you don't have the skill or the vision to make your vision come to life. Trust me and go away. Some people like to watch, Mia. No shame, please. Why are you like this? To my wife's sadness, my alarm is birds chirping aggressively like they're angry at a local dog. That's horrific. I feel like when there are contractors, I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know what. So I just make them lemonade and make myself feel better. I do the same thing. I just annoyingly offer them drinks. Funny you mentioned that. Every now and then they don't want anything though, and I'm like, I just leave waters, and I'm like, okay, here you go. I know I'm paying you, but here. This tail needs to be thicker. Alright, so this base mesh, I have now gaslit myself to making this sketch the finished model. Pro tip, I highly recommend that. When you do a sketch in 3D, and then you say you're going to work on the rest of it elsewhere, it's a very, very, very powerful technique to get yourself out of your own head. Highly recommend. But you have to not know that that's what you're going to end up doing. It's a very, very silly mind game. If you can just create in like a healthy habit and not be like critical as you're creating, that's great for you. But for the rest of us, this is a really good technique to use. All right, that got really blobby right there. I'm gonna use clay brush to build up some volume here. This dragon's gonna be so cool. And at some point, what I will do is I will take like a slash brush and I will draw a line all the way through, just so I know what is the top of the tube body and what is the bottom. But we're not there yet. Just Lingual says, when I fixed pools when I was younger, people would offer me beer all the time. I had that happen all the time when I worked in college. I wasn't 21 yet, and they'd always want to give me wine because they were musicians. Very funny. People would offer me beer all the time as a drink, and I'd be like, thanks, but I don't drink. Also, it's 9 in the morning, and you know I'm driving all day. It's the thought that counts. Very fun. All right, this is pretty cool. I'm realizing there's not as many components of a dragon as I thought. This is really not that big of a deal. I'm very excited about this fact, as you can tell by my very excited voice. Do any of you guys have that problem where like you just don't have like an enthusiastic button, but you are in fact having a really good time? I've always joked that I would be a terrible like TV show winner, which is why I'd never be picked or whatever, because I just don't react like that. But I'm having a really good time. I smile. Very expressive. I just don't have a lot of range on that. I'm not as bad as my husband. Recently, our neighbors, not the ones that stare at the contractors, the one with horses, invited us out to dinner. And we had a great time. And there was a few topics that I knew might come up. And I had to tell my husband ahead of time, if they bring this topic up, I need you to make an emotion. And he was just like, what do you mean? And I'm like, just make sure you consciously make an effort to change your face a little bit. I love you just the way that you are, but I need them to know that you are feeling something if they bring up said topics. It was very funny. And he did great. Just Lingual said, sorry if we haven't been correcting you all day. We know it's a dragon, and we should be backseat sculpting. You should! This has been much too easy. Without the roadblocks of, where are its limbs? There's my husband. Emotions are overrated. You have them, you just don't show them, which is fine. You have them, surely. Surely I would have noticed after more than 10 years. Right? Right. Right now, I am adding secondary forms. Oh, I forgot, we're gonna give it hair. We're gonna give like a fun mane. Ricky is onto something. No. You guys are silly. All right, merge these down. Oh my goodness, doing this asymmetrical sculpting is so freaking fun. Big fan. Add a little bit right there. And we'll add another bit right here. And see, this is just the horns. Why am I using the exact same shape? 1, for continuity, 2, because why not? I am blocking this out, and I want to see if it looks good if there's stuff here. And if I just want to see and test how something will look, I don't need to make new stuff for that. I can just... There. I can just do it with a piece I already had. Nah, I don't really like what I'm doing with that tail right there. We are competing for attention. I don't want that. Also, what shape do I want you to be? I don't know. I want this to be lower though. Perhaps a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think I like that. So I'll leave it and we'll see. Never let them know your next move. I take pride in being predictable. I think it makes me easy to be around. Alright, we need hair. And funny enough, I have a mohawk that I think would be perfect for this. Here is my gallery of heads and hair from the back, apparently. Phew! There's my wall of heads. I mean hair. I do have a wall of heads as well. Where is my mohawk? I just talked about you and how proud I was of you, and now you are not here. There it is. I think. It doesn't look the way I thought it did. That's a me issue. That's okay. Our dragon needs hair, so it will have hair. Yeah, I didn't even label it mohawk. I called it hair messy shag. I thought there was a mohawk in this. Mia, Ko-Fi. Oh, did it show up? Did it do it? Oh, I'm gonna be devastated. I don't think it did. No. It's supposed to do overlay stuff. I'm mad about this. Did it do stuff on the screen? Also, I'm gonna find out whoever donated and thank you. I'm definitely not overreacting to this. It's from Nifty. Nifty says, we have to inform you that nude feet are not allowed on stream. Therefore, future streams must be done in MySpace. Good luck, Steve. Thank you. Oh, it did pop up. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. Well, the bar at the bottom updated. That's not what I want. More was supposed to happen. Was nobody paying attention? There was no sound. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't add a sound because I did like 10 minutes before the stream. Okay, Nifty, you missed it. You missed your own thing. But thank you so much for donating. We are now 50% of our goal for a Strem, which is great. Yeah. I named myself Patreon. I had a feeling that you did. You know how it is. But anyway, for anyone that was paying attention, this is what was supposed to happen. Something like this. That. I'm gonna change this to exist for longer, just in case. Because I have it on here for 10 seconds, which I thought was gonna be too long. And now, perhaps it was not long enough. I'll have it for 20. Okay. Also, Nifty, what did you want? Did you buy anything, or are you just tipping to be nice? Or did you want a Q&A session, or did you want Chaos Wheel, or do you want to try to scrounge? If someone else donates $5, we stream for another hour. Pretty good deal. There we go. It worked! It worked! Sorry, that was... No, I'm not sorry. Here it is to finish the extra hour if needed. I like when things work. Gosh. Thank you! We are now going to be streaming until 4. Incredible. I'm laughing so much because I just talked about how I don't have much of a reaction to things, and that was actually a huge reaction. You just saw like 10 out of 10 Mia excited. I love when dumb shit works. Brings me incredible joy. Okay. Huzzah. Thank you. Thank you both. 1, that was a very good deal. And 2, we're now 60% of the way for our goal, which is fantastic. Which will unlock a bonus stream next Thursday. I'll just keep queuing them up. Very good. Very good. Thrilled that it worked. Well, cool. I mean, this is definitely the kind of stream that benefits a lot from an extra hour because it's such a big model too, so. Very good deal. Also, thank you for donating. I feel like I was more excited about the stream overlay working than the donation. I said thank you, right? Yes, yes. I shall give our dragon a wig in celebration of thank. Ooh, that is totally gonna work. Heck yeah. The model. What about the model? What about like smoke or lightning? Yes. We have not discussed making this dragon elemental. Because what the fuck does moonbeam? So it does moonbeam? Like what else does it do? I cannot draw the moon. Or a moonbeam. Giving it an elemental twist would be very cool. Dragon Queen. No. I'm interested in that. That would really make it feel ethereal and cool. All right. Ooh, that's not what I want. Did I not polygroup this beforehand? I did. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, there's no way I was just like, suffer. Here we go. So I have a couple chunks that I put together. They're very obvious. It's fine. I need this to go in both directions. I'm going to polygroup each one of these, and then we're going to try and blend them together. And I'm still thinking about elemental goodness. Lightning is kind of a pain in the butt, but it's cool. We'll see. Keep it up, says. Hello, welcome. You're new. I want to ask you a question. Are you making this model for hobbies or to sell as 3D printable design? I'm just starting to learn ZBrush and this kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, you are in luck. I have done this full time for many years. 8 years? Yes. It is my husband and I's full-time job. I have a link in the description for my Patreon, not to have you buy, but so you can see the kind of business that I am running right now. I have a Patreon and I have a Kickstarter right now. It's also live. So you can kind of see the different ways that I market things to give you some ideas. Because I do things a little bit different. I do monthly packs, but I also offer the backlog library. I have like over 1,000 models in there. If you're just starting out, I recommend obviously just doing like small packs each month, maybe like 5 models or so. Throw some stuff up on Cults, which is free. My mini factory has a better audience, but it's 25 bucks a month, and if you're not making any money at all, 25 bucks a month is expensive. That adds up to $300 a year, you know? So I don't like to encourage people to have to spend money right away. All right, this hair thing is not working. I need to make it from scratch. And Monkey's here. Greetings, humans. Oh, I also do lessons. Thank you, Justlingual. Yes, I also have, it's for $1 a day. I do mentorship on how to create your own 3D minis. I don't just sell my classes because I find that people do not learn like that. They learn much, much better when they can ask someone questions directly. Obviously, you're more than welcome to shop for classes on your own. But if you want to learn from me, that is not something that I do. I do provide video lessons that I've made though. All right, let me create some hair. So to do this, I'm gonna lay down a hair blob. I always do hair and fur in the exact same way. And just like everything else that we're sculpting, you go from big shapes to little shapes. Curve brushes are a little finicky. Don't be discouraged. Just give it a couple shots and you'll get there. Sweet. I'm gonna line this up the best that I can. Perfect. And Dynamesh. Excellent. This is gonna work much better. Correction, husband, I, and Maverick. Maverick's my dog. I mean, at that point, you might as well include my horse, too. It's an eccentric family of 4. So I'm kind of creating this ridge-like shape here. I'm thinking of a fin, almost. There we go. Excellent. That'll be a good start. Yes, pony too. He is a very large pony, but yes. Correction, Maverick, Spartan, Feetman, and I. Peasants are very specific on nobody being left out. I'm fine with that. I have a custom hairbrush that I purchased here, but it's essentially, you could make it yourself very, very easily. It's just layering together strands all at once. And even then, like any brush, it's just a piece of the tool. If you were not able to sculpt it yourself, there's no amount of buying fancy brushes that's going to help you. That wasn't a threat. I just mean, it's a step. It's the same way that, like, if you buy the fancy tablet I have in front of me, you can't see it, but it's right here, and it's gigantic. Just buying the tool isn't very helpful if you don't know how to use the tool. Here we go. All right, we got our first piece. Pretty good. Nifty said, I used to have a custom hairbrush. Now I'm old and bald. Life is great. Balding-ish. You gotta clarify that. Clinging on a little bit. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to detail the front strands here because they're the most important, and the rest of it, yeah, we can get close-ish. It is rapidly less important as we move on. Monkey said, I just shaved my head last week. I am now bald too. There you go. Bald crew. Bond. I mean, sorry, balding crew. Bond. I know that's a big thing for a lot of guys to, if they're balding, to shave their head. And if it helps at all, y'all always look better. I've never seen a guy that shaved his head and I'm like, ew, you're bald. Always, always a glow up. Always looks better. So, good job. Very handsome. I guarantee it. Alright, a few more pieces and then we will be set. Ooh, that's a nice little bit of detail. Big fan of that. Yes. I'm not balding. It's just too hot. That's really funny. I love that. Oh my goodness. Nifty, if I never get a reason for why I got soft banned from Patreon, you're my number 2 reason. Feet man's number 1, but you're my number 2. If anything, I had too much hair. Okay, now you're just bragging. Or, you are a monkey. I guess this makes sense. Gosh, a shaved monkey would be really odd, wouldn't it? Alright, we have pieces here. There we go. And now we can kind of duplicate these throughout. Obviously, it's going to look a little silly, and that's why I made sure to polygroup them so I can... You don't want to leave it so it's literally an exact clone. You don't have to change it a lot, but put some love into it. It goes a long way. Awesome. I'm going to mirror it so it looks different. Good. And we continue. From here, I'm just going to duplicate it a bunch of times. We are now what I call the placeholder, but we both know that this is probably going to make it to the final model. But I have to give myself permission by saying it's a placeholder, so I move on. And I prevent the... whatchamacallit? Perfectionist problems. I don't know how I'm going to handle the sides. We'll see. Keep It Up says, thanks for the info, and ZBrush is your full-time job. Yep, it is fully sustained my husband and I for 7... Why don't I know how long it's been? 7 years. I graduated college around the time COVID hit. So any offers I would have had for my mechanical engineering degree, a lot of them fell through anyway. So it's kind of thrown into the deep end. I'm glad that I was because this worked out. And I love what I do. It's a lot of work, obviously, but it just feels good to have work that you chose, you know? Monkey says, what I need is one of the muscle brushes so I can make myself cut. Don't we all? Don't we all? I have been terrible about working out this year. Last year I actually got decently strong. I was able to do my first pull-up. Huzzah. That is gone. That is completely gone now. All right, I have this section here. I am not sure how much I want to have it flow on the sides, but I can just throw it there to see what I think, and then we'll see. That makes sense, just lingual. You are, in fact, in the opposite camp there. Duplicate, mirror, and place. There we go. All right, making some pretty darn good progress on that. I feel like a printer. Like I'm just going from the top down. This has been quite the improvement up here. He does need limbs. We are in dire need of limbage at this point. Don't need this anymore. Here is my dragon base. And we did talk about making the hands, the feet, limbs, a bit more bird-like, which I am toying with the idea. For now, though, let me see how it looks. I can always just make the feet more talon-y and see how I feel about that. Been playing any fun games lately? Mia or anyone else in the chat? Oh, you missed it. I went on my whole Monster Hunter triad. I'm like super hooked on Monster Hunter again, which is why I grabbed this reference, which funny enough is Malzeno. It's the Sunbreak DLC for Monster Hunter Rise, which I bought and then did not play. I mean, I played the base game, but everyone knows like the expansion in Monster Hunter is the best. I don't know why I didn't get to it. I have it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Ricky is loving the new BeamMG update. And then just lingual, Vermintide 2 for the first time. I think I played that a little bit. It's like a hack and slash. I did not love it. It might have been the first one. But for some reason on I have an Xbox Series X, white box, that is my box. It was running at like 16 frames. And listen, I am not a frame rate snob. I think if I have solid 60 FPS, I couldn't want for more. I think it's incredible. 30 I can tolerate. But stuttering below 30, I was like, why is it doing this? Great, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second part of the remake, almost at the end. Nice. So, did you play the original Final Fantasy? If so, I have questions for you. I'm curious. I have not played it, but I wanted to ask a fan if you had. Alright, I'm going to delete my noodle arm placeholder. And the whole point about having this limb here is that I want it to wrap around the top of the Torii Gate, and I will move it around as needed. But having this interactivity with the terrain is going to be really cool. I feel like interactivity is not a word. The interaction with the base. I don't know. Yes, I did play the original. Okay, what is up with one game? Again, I'm sorry if you've heard this a million times and if it's like a boring take. I'm genuinely curious. I'm not salty about it. I was perplexed when they took Final Fantasy VII and then remade it into 3 games. Upon a little bit of reading, though, it seems like Final Fantasy VII was just that big of a game, which is incredible, and that they have added some more content. So I'm curious, like, it doesn't seem like it's a cash grab, but I wanted to ask you, is it? The original was 3 discs. Damn, like that's crazy. That's so cool. So I wanted to ask you what your thoughts on that were, because obviously the internet's just screaming that's a cash grab, and that's generally the consensus, and I'm like, that's not helpful. I need a non-emotional take. I'm just curious about it, because that's so cool. That's a long-ass game, especially back then. I feel like, well, I can't really say that. Like, if anyone else played Okami, or Okami, I know I say it wrong. I just have always said it wrong. Anyway, Okami is really cool, and like when you beat the boss, you realize that you're really like finishing arguably like the prologue almost. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but that was a long-ass game too. Monkey said there was a lot of new content too. Cool. So are you happy with it as a consumer? I'm curious. That's all that matters, you know? I mean, it's a company. They want to make money, but they did a good job making it feel like separate games. I think that's a very good answer. I shall hijack your answer, so I also have an opinion on it. Even though I guess I don't have to have an opinion on it, but I was interested. I really have not played any Final Fantasy games. I played 13-2, a little bit of that when I was in high school, and then recently I picked up Final Fantasy 16, which I know was a departure from a lot of normal Final Fantasy stuff. I'm liking it a lot. It's epic, it's medieval, it's very cool. Oh, I did play Final Fantasy 15 too. I think it was 15. Black hair, crew of dudes. Very cool, very fun. There's a lot about that I like too. I like to like things. I've never been someone that takes any joy in having a hot take in any way. I actually recently left a terrible review for a book on Fable. Fable's really cool. It's like Goodreads, but better. I don't usually leave bad reviews. Like, I give this book 1.5 stars. And looking back, I should have saw it coming. It's like a spicy fantasy, romantasy, but like the first 300 pages are quite good. And then the next 200 pages are disastrous. So much so that I could not even finish the book, which is very unlike me. I usually just finish it. But somebody recommended it. And they liked it so much. And I couldn't imagine myself hating this book as much as I did. I really hated it. Yeah. Monkey says, I mostly like it. I mean, I do love it, but I have my takes, and some of the minigames are just not fun. It sucks that they lock some rare gear behind minigames. That's a pain to beat. Yeah, that does suck. But at least it's not microtransactions, so huzzah. But the game itself is amazing and combat is fun. That's what I like to hear. Well, good deal. I appreciate you sharing your opinions on that, because I was very interested. Alright, we have another leg coming in. And then this leg, I think, oh yeah, we can still talk about video games, and I still want to, but I also want your guys' input on this dragon being elemental. So it's a moon dragon. It's part of the collection Moon Dragon Monastery, but I still think we have some flexibility in what this dragon element would be. Something maybe like shadow, water, maybe lightning. I'm asking because I think it'd be cool to have this arm casting in some way or holding something. I think I can flip this over. Something like this. I know it looks really busted right now, but we're concepting. You could do beams of light, like a saint's halo. Explain. I mean, I'm interested. Oh, how do I want to say this? Destroy ya. I think that's correct. Hello, welcome, you're new. This looks like the Spirited Away dragon. Oh, thank you. I love Spirited Away. Haku, yes, yes. This really looks like a Spirited Away dragon in shape. So I guess a pale skin color and bright fur would be amazing. Oh gosh, if someone painted this look like Haku, I would just dissolve. That would be great. That'd be very cool. I know in Dragon Veil, the moon dragon was cold and lightning. Okay. I do like that combo. I'm thinking about it. For as much as I like the movie Spirited Away, you'd think I'd watch it more often, but I watch it like once a decade. So I've seen it twice. Almost 3 times. Or you know what? No, I think I've seen it 3 times. No, I have not. I've seen it twice. It's very surprising to me. It's a kind of movie that I could probably watch, make like an annual tradition. I probably really enjoy that. Gosh, this limb looks really screwed up, but that's okay because we just need to get the piece, the location of it going correct. I need to scoot up this Tory gate as well to get the flow of the model a little bit nicer. This is going to be one of my favorite models of all time. I zoom in, I see this shape here that we have going, and then the zoomed out silhouette, and stuff like this where like, I love my job. Is it a job? Of course it is. But doesn't mean I don't have a damn good time doing it. Yes. What if the tip of the tail was longer, like a goldfish? Theatrical. Oh, a bit more of like You know, something that I'm very surprised that I haven't talked about is influences from the Dragon Palace and Okami. Okami is my favorite games of all time. So there's a lot of stuff in this that'd be very, very, very cool to draw from. You know what? I have the art book. Do I have it inside? I might have it outside. One second. I do think I have it outside. I have it filled with tabs and stuff and all my notes. Yeah. That would have been helpful. But I grabbed a different book instead because this guy has some really, really cool, I don't want to say his name wrong. The Art of Fran Garces. Incredible art book. So he's got this mermaid in here that I've always really liked. This. So maybe incorporating some elements that look sort of more like this for the tail. More of like this wispiness. What do you think? I think that could be really, really nice. Because the moon controls the tide. A fish-like tail for swimmies. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Can someone take a screenshot of this really quick and put it in Discord so I can conveniently have it? It'd be very helpful. Can I hold it for a little bit? Thank you. Alright. Perfect. And then pull up Discord references. Oop, there we go. Bam. Sweet. We already have a goldfish tail, which is very helpful. I might not even need the other one then. I knew I wanted something here. You can tell that I was trying to figure it out. What I'm going to do is Dynamesh this together. And now I'm going to move in with the snake hook brush. Thank you, thank you. Here are some more light-inspired models. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, I love the circle. It's kind of what I'm wanting to do with the horns anyway. You didn't have to get my face in it. Thank you. It looks so goblin-y about it. Could we have the book again? Yes! This is, oh gosh. Dibujante Nocturno, The Art of Fran Garces. Oh gosh. Sorry, I know it's very shiny and hard to see. Fran Garces. Destoria says, yes, I am new here, but I'll make sure to drop by more often. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, come back. I stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, sometimes Thursday if we get enough donations. We're already 60% of the way there. So it's looking pretty good that I'll stream Thursday too. And then I just finished Gundam Mecha for a school project. So I'm just breathing 3D and living through it. Heck yeah, you'll fit right in. Welcome in. All right, we're gonna do fishtail. So I have quite a bit. I'm gonna do what Just Lingual always tells me to do. I'm gonna do a sketch. We're gonna do some shape sketches here. And if I find one that I like, we'll do it. And if I get stuck between options like I normally do, I'll do a poll and I'll let you guys pick. How's that? All right, let me see some options here. All right, so I don't want sharp edges. Just want to get like a kind of like a shape here. And then probably something that's gonna curl behind as well. Again, we're just kind of sketching some blobs here. What if we did something like crazy? Something that comes way up. Nah, I don't like that. Do some frill here. Having the two separate pieces, I think it's gonna be the way. And I could do a third as well. I think I like this one the most. And then we can mirror this in shape and feel with these wings that we will be adding. Just gonna be out. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna have these connect quite yet. This left wing is what I'm most concerned about, and I don't know what to do with it. But we'll figure that out when we get there. If I do this instead, this frillier shape, it'd be cool to have more frill on the bottom sides here, kind of near the hind legs. Yes, big, crazy. Oh, what's the Discord link? Oh, I don't have my bot set up right now. Apologies, let me grab you an invite. I'm so glad you want to stick around. Bam. I've got tons of cool 3D printing stuff too. If you have a 3D printer, check out my Patreon. It's a great deal. The tail could wrap around the arm, above arm, and object. All right, let me save this idea. And let's do another one. So you're saying crazy tail that wraps up around. I think that'd be cool. And the object. The object being perhaps a sphere that could really have interesting. What if this what if we had something that literally wrapped around the model like a huge arch? Because this model will be so large, we don't need to worry about the 3D printing implications. It'll be stable. If I do a bunch of spires off of it, it will be a little bit more of a pain, but it will be possible. I don't think I'm gonna do the tail wrapping up, but I do think I'm gonna add this orb and a ring around it. I'm confused how the wings are gonna fit into this, but we will figure it out. Travelers here, hello, hello. How short are we on the extra hour? We got funded, we're all set. Thanks to Traveler, oh not Traveler, you're here, but thank you for being here. Thanks to Patreon, and Just Lingual, all funded. So we get to go for a whole other hour. We just hit where the stream would normally end. Thank you guys, I appreciate it so much. Boop, there we go, 1 to 4. All right, let me go ahead and add this orb. I love giving my dragon something to hold. We're not gonna worry about how busted his little hand looks. It just needs some shaping. A lot of shaping. If you just stuff a ball on it, you don't you don't look at it as hard. I do think it's missing another finger, but that's fine. We are going to merge these together and open it up. Oh sweet, you added the reference too. This time, more helpful and without me making a face in it. Thank you, and welcome to the Discord. All right, there we are. Let me pull this body. Oh, that's gonna be a really cool moment to see the way that the body sits on top of the Torii gate. Will just be a really cool thing. Come here, I want this piece. There. I can let it droop a little bit over. And I'll have fun doing some soft organic sculpting there. All right, time to make this blob into a majestic tail blob. Okay. What we're going to do is inflate it a lot in Dynamesh to slightly higher resolution so I have like more clay to work with. Then I grab Snakehook and enable Sculptors Pro. What this does is it kind of lets me like pull clay off and magically add more clay as I go. Okay, we don't need it anymore. We could stop. It's enough slices. Stop it, Nifty. All right, we are going to add this. There we go. we go. Starting to get this really pretty flowy shape. Oh my god, guys, stop. This is what happens when I ask for a favor. I'm gonna have to designate one peasant to be my poster. This is an even worse picture than the first one. Ain't no way I made that face in real life. I feel the need to share this with y'all because it's insane. That must be Photoshop. Like there's no, I can't even. All right. We don't need any more references of myself with the book. Thank you. That was not helpful. All 4 of you. Gosh. Guys are annoying. All right. Moving this around. What makes this look goldfishy? I do like the goldfish reference a lot. Okay. Oh, it's a lot like fabric. Interesting. Monkey. The next person that does this is going to get a temporary ban. Stop it. That's something I couldn't do on Patreon that I can do here. I can put you in timeout jail. All right, duplicate. Or not yet. I want to play with this texture a little bit more because I haven't done it very many times. Good to know y'all are watching the stream though. Very interactive. Very neat. 10 out of 10. All right, I'm gonna increase the intensity a bunch here, and I'm also going to add a lazy radius, so it'll remove some of the shake from my hand, which we all have to an extent. And most of this wave detailing is towards the end, it seems like. I'm not gonna worry too much about the wave, actually. I'm gonna just do a bunch of stripes and just see if I can throw a texture on here, and then after the fact, manipulate it. It's a lot like painting where you lay down a base and then you adjust it after the fact. I've been doing those like little paint along tutorials on YouTube by James Julier, and it's helped me so much sculpting, which is crazy. Just Lingual said, I was mid Photoshop when the ban threat came on. I mean, if you're about to produce a piece of art, I'm not going to stop you. You have temporary permission. Just send it to Ricky. She can't ban him. Oh, yes, I can. I don't think Ricky's an admin on the Discord. Back to sculpting. Being relevant. Okay. I'm quite pleased with how his texture is coming out. I'm actually this is a really, really good start. Wasn't really sure how this was going to go. I'm gonna start adding the structure of where the fin would connect, kind of like a leaf. And that should be enough detail to get the point across, which means I can start duplicating and doing a bunch of them. This is also really cool because it's going to add some more like depth and not dynamism. That's not a word. Dynamicism. It's going to make it seem more 3D, even though it's already 3D. That's what I'm trying to say. Cool. Very cool. The story says, how detailed are you planning the skin to be? I literally have zero experience with minis, since I focus on video games. I try to go with extreme detail approach. Same. Even though it's small, you can still go crazy. So I just released my Patreon pack. It's a bunch of goblins. I'm calling it Goblins of Frostfang because I have goblins riding like giant crag cats and stuff. This is 3D printed in gray resin, and it's not primed, so it's not super easy to tell all the detail that's on it, but I still go insane, even though it's the size of like my thumb. Fully detailed. I can show you what the 3D model looks like. And I'm very, very proud of how it looks, even with no paint on it. here is the actual overview so I can show you what that looks like 3D sculpted. Here we go. This is the crag cat. This is, oh, sorry. This is the crag cat I just showed, and then this is it with its rider. Again, it's kind of hard to show on my little camera on stream, but always maximum detail. Just go all out. The paint really does a good job, and that's why mini paints are so thin, so they don't just clog it all up, and they lay nicely on top. And it doesn't get much smaller than a goblin at 28mm scale, because everything I do is tabletop. But yeah, you go all out. You just do it. Yeah. Wow, so you can use the polyframe to take advantage of the topology and go extreme. Exactly. Because I don't have to worry about brick topology for like video game assets, which I guess you would then rely by using like a texture, right? I can just decimate and call it a day and be a heathen. It's a really good time. It's a very good time. Yeah. Next set, Dino Dynasties. Great question, by the way. We've had quite a few new people show up today, which is really fun. Love that. All right, let me use bend arc, and let's get some different shapes in here. What makes the goldfish and what makes this look so cool? What is it about this that's special? It's like a high detail. Okay. I'm just off my own world, talking about dinosaurs and stuff. Living your best life. Don't stop. Could I fit these fins to be some ridiculous sort of wings? My issue with the wings is that I usually have them connect to what would be like your trapezius muscle, which is just this muscle right here. But I made it like a much more wormy dragon than I expected to. And these don't lend themselves particularly well to that. I can do it though. I can figure something out. Let me just tuck that. Oh yeah, I'm figuring it out. This is gonna work. This is going to work. Once I said where it needs to attach, it definitely helped me out a lot. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Okay, cool. And it kind of looks elemental too. Nitty says, okay, so need opinions. I like giving opinions. Let me modify a little bit. And then I can start to create the shape of this very, very custom wing. It's pretty weird and pretty cool. I am a big fan. As you guys know, whenever I say something is weird on stream, it's strictly positive. To me, it's the opposite of boring, and it means that I like what is happening. All right, a 19-inch tablet or 22-inch on an ergonomic arm. Oh, okay, don't be weird about this because I know you nifty. Always bigger. If you can afford it, always bigger. Yeah. Traveler says, I was, again, prepping another box. Now I'm back, I swear. I'm gonna go with this kind of wing, and it's weird and cool. Rock's here. Hello. Just hopped in, and at first glance, I thought we were making Discord from My Little Pony. That's actually super high praise. Thank you. With like the worm shape and stuff. Absolutely. Do you texture your sculpts or just straight to mini printing? So texture in terms of like actual 3D texture, which is like creating an image that you wrap around a form, I never need to do that. So I don't do any UV unwrapping. It's all just direct sculpting and then straight to 3D printing. Which I find very confusing because texture in the real world, not in 3D, means something you can touch and you can feel. But in 3D, it is the picture of it. That. It is the illusion. Also, do you want to add a dragon pearl to the forehead? Oh yeah, why not? Absolutely I do. If can add gem, add gem. That immediately looks more interesting. Thank you, per usual, Traveler. Man, this model has gone through a lot, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm also very happy I already had a Torii gate, because if I didn't, it'd be too much work. There we go. That's so freaking cool. Let me kind of add this here. Grab this placeholder. They're all kind of just placeholders, yeah? There we go. Let's get a little spinny going on. That looks absolutely insane. Good. Very good. Gonna make the head even smaller. It's very, very important. Guitar is here. Hello, hello. A lot of new people today. Welcome in. Robotic legs. No. Whiskers would be interesting. Yes, I'd be interested in that. I don't want to add too many elements. It's getting pretty ridiculous. But I do like ridiculous. And if you're going to go all out, why not on a dragon? All right, we have this like floating leg over here. I think it needs a home. So I will figure that out now. I will also save. I have not saved a single time. And maybe clean up my notes. I have quite a lot going on the screen. All right, be gone. This is good. I ended up not needing this. There, a little nicer. The hind legs on a, worm-style dragon always look ridiculous, so my goal is not necessarily to make these look super good. My goal is to not draw attention to them. So we're just going to put them kind of around the Torii gate. At this point, it's going to have to straddle the Torii gate, which is ridiculous. I will figure this out later. Yeah, that is true, exactly. If you texture a 3D model, it will not show up on a 3D print. That is correct. Oh, that's fun. I just don't really have a need to have a textured one. Obviously, you're feel free to do what you want with my 3D models and kind of play around with. Absolutely. What is the elemental theme of the dragon? This is going to be a moon dragon, so for my collection, Moon Dragon Monastery. So it's very open to what it could be. Let me pull up the Milanote for this. So you get a little overview of that collection. So to all the people that are new here, this is my full-time job. I create 3D printable model collections. I've done it for 7 years. And new collection gets released on Patreon every month. If you don't dig subscriptions, I bundle everything together on Kickstarter twice a year. One of those is happening right now. All right, actually it has like 1 day left. So if you want 6 months worth of work for one price, that's your bet. All right, here is the Moon Dragon Monastery that I planned for next month. And you can kind of see the rough vibes here. We're gonna have, obviously the Moon Dragon being the center, but we're also gonna have some summoning circles, some prayer wheels, which I took from Buddhism, which is actually, this is Tibetan, I think. I need to look into that. I have 2 models done already, which is this Umbrella Spear Monk, who is super cool. Thank you again to Just Lingle for requesting this and for drawing it. So cool. It was really fun to bring that to life. So anything that's going to fit with these, I mean, I'm looking at all these models I have planned and references, and we're pretty open to what an element could be. It could be more water-based, it could be, you know, electricity. Just something, anything other than fire, really, I think would fit well. Yeah. Just lingual, that is the worst. How dare. I am canonical goblin. This is in our Discord. Final Fantasy, yeah. Sorry. Can you show some models, like, physically? I'm just interested. You betcha. Anytime someone asks me to show off my stuff, I'm gonna show off my stuff. So this is actually for this month on Patreon. I have a goblin camp. One of my favorite models I did was this like little barbecue spit. I know it's a little hard to see because it's gray unpainted resin, so let me help y'all out. And I'm actually gonna like talk about my work for once instead of just, yeah. Here we go. This is the collection here. So you can actually see the renders and 3D prints up close. But my stuff fucking rocks. My husband took really, really nice 3D printed photos. So what I'm going to do is show you how good these 3D prints look here. As big as possible. Because when I show you on my little dinky webcam, it's not good. This is the warg, which is on the far left. And it looks amazing in high detail. This is the exact same print that we photographed. And it's gonna look blurry. Because this is the camera. It makes my face look very nice. But obviously it can't focus on this. But yeah. But these are all the 3D prints. My favorite is the crag cat on the goblin, which is freaking dope. But yeah, that's the set I have right now. Obviously we have cool like 3D printed the renders of it. But I feel like the 3D prints are the most important part. Always be leery when you're gonna buy 3D models from someone and they don't have 3D printed pictures. That is a huge red flag. Always pay attention. Always pay attention to that. Yeah. It doesn't mean that they don't, but stuff like this is what you want to look for when you're buying 3D models. You want to see the render, which you could make anything look great in a render with good lighting. You want to see the 3D print. And even better than that, you want to make sure that they're taking 3D prints at scale. This is 28mm scale. If you're buying like a diorama piece, you can have it as big as you want. Do I have any big 3D prints in here? Oh, I have my one favorite ridiculous one. Let me show it to you guys. My favorite part about 3D printing is you can print it as big as you want. So we did this on our Bamboo X1C. This is FDM, this is not resin, and it was printed in color. I didn't paint this. This is just the filament colors that we had. So any mini file that you buy, you can scale up the exact same file as is, which, if this isn't just the coolest thing ever, I swear. All right, where do I put this? You're gonna go here. And then Guitar says, how do I apply for these kind of jobs? Like print related, because I also print, but for fun. I have a lot of people that are in my merchant tier that have very good success with selling my 3D prints. So on Patreon, it's $40 a month, but you get access to all 1,200 plus of my models to sell. But if you don't want to have a monthly subscription, I do have a Kickstarter live right now where it's a one-time fee, and then you can sell them for forever. Not all my models, just of the last 6 months, if you're interested. You would make your money back like that, and that's how people do it. Bam. I actually have a lot of people that support me on Patreon backed this Kickstarter at the merchant level anyway. That way they could have everything at once, and then they can also sell it for a lifetime. Yeah. I agree, Traveler. I agree. Oh my gosh, so much in UV paint. So true. So true. But yeah. I love what I do. Thank you guys for asking about it. Anything that involves money, I tend to get a little more shy talking about it, so it's fun when you guys show interest, being like, wait, this is your job. Well, what do you sell? What are you doing? I love talking about it, because it's cool. And that's why we're making this dragon. This dragon is going to be 3D printed about this big in my hands within 2 weeks. Very excited. So yeah. I do already have Traveler's Bunny. But yes, thank you so much if you checked out either the Patreon or the Kickstarter. It means a lot. It really does. If you are on the fence about having a merchant license for my stuff though and making your own money with a 3D printer, you got 40 hours for the best deal on that. I only do these Kickstarters twice a year. So now you know. Do you have any advice for printing in multiple parts, like in resin for big pieces? Yes. When you key your piece, make sure that when you key the peg versus the hole, there's at least a 10% difference. You can do 5, but for minis, I like to be on the larger end. Very often I see people key and they make the hole and the peg the same size, which obviously you cannot do that. There's also a little bit of shrink when you 3D print in resin, and it doesn't always happen uniformly. So you want to have, you know, some wiggle room for that as well. It's very important if you're printing stuff to be keyed and put together that you don't print flat on the build plate like a heathen like I do. That you do have everything suspended. Otherwise, you're gonna have more issues with it fitting together. Those are my biggest tips. Yeah. Sweet. And we still have 45 minutes left on this stream. Also because people donated on Ko-Fi, so thank you as well for that. You should do a video on slicing larger prints for printing, for upscale printing. We just don't do it a whole lot, but we do know a lot, so maybe we will. I do have a really outdated video on my YouTube channel on how I key stuff in Mesh Mixer. It's still the same process we use today. Mesh Mixer is not even a supported software anymore. I have like a super outdated, is that gonna connect? Sorry. A super outdated version of it that still runs, and I will use that forever until it breaks. There we go. It is that time where I'm starting to merge pieces together and blend seams. The most important part is this blob base mesh stage. The detail gets all of the credit, but it's the easiest part. It really is. There we go. Sick. Ooh, I could print my, yeah, that like ethereal aquatic ocean god humpback whale I did. That would be cool, printed large. Mia, the Bob Ross of minis, I can see it. That is very high praise. I will work towards that moniker every day. Ooh, yes, keys in the hole is also a great place to hide drain holes for larger models. Yes, if you were printing anything that can possibly be hollowed, just go ahead and hollow it. The only advice I have when it comes to hollowing, like terrain, don't hollow minis. There's absolutely no reason to do that. That'd be insane. Even if it's a large mini, you probably don't need to. But anyhow, don't get too greedy when doing the hollow. I know it's nice to like save resin and stuff, but it can make your prints warp and cause more problems than it solves. Just hollowing a little bit goes a long way. Here is this other leg that I don't know what to do with. For now, we're going to take our goofy legs, we're going to merge them down, and we're going to hide them and not talk about them. Because I'm not ready to figure that out yet. I also don't need this piece right here, I just think it's distracting. And I also would like to make this base larger and scoot it forward so this is all a bit more centered. My guess is this is going to be a 75mm circle base, so huge, I think is the term in for D&D anyway. But yeah, that's all the standards. They all like increase in just an inch increment. All right, very nice. I think that center claw would be lowest. Can I grab it? There we go. Thank you for all the questions there. That was a lot of fun. I'm now kind of getting back to it. But if you do have a question, feel free to ask. Just make sure that you tag me in the chat by putting @m3dm. It'll put my name in orange, so I will actually see it. Nice. Well, if you haven't been with us since the beginning of the stream, right here is where we started. We've made just a little bit of progress. I started this today, not including the Torii Gate, so I'm very, very proud of the progress from concepting to block out to this kind of intermediate stage in just a couple hours. It's always fun to reflect on how far you've come. Even just last year, this would have taken me way longer. Not that speed is the only thing you should be working towards as an artist, but if you're a little faster, you can make more stuff. I'm gonna make the horns a little bit more asymmetrical. And just kind of play with how short of a snoot do I want. I think I like it just as it is, actually. My DM is gonna lose her mind over this. Oh, I'm so excited. Fun fact, my other, most popular dragon that I sculpted, my cherry blossom dragon, was also requested by my DM. We're a good team. Destoria says, looking at the tail, I just found out lettuce is a great reference for that kind of tail. Oh my gosh, you might be right. Lettuce. Not lettuce parasite. Oh my god. Why is that the autocorrect? Anyway. I'll be damned. You're a genius. That is such a funny thing to realize. Yeah, the edge especially. Okay. How can I do that texture better? Oh my gosh, that is so funny. But actually very helpful. Let me... So it's kind of like a push and pull. I do this when I'm doing pipe folds on fabric. So maybe I can try something really quick here and get a similar effect. We're gonna duplicate the tail just in case I butcher this right now, so we can play without consequences. No, don't switch. Yeah, look at that pocket. Okay, let me add a little bit more subdivisions so I have more room. So what I'm doing here is I'm masking a section, using my transpose line, and then rotating that section. And this is really powerful because you're not implying plane changes, you're actually creating them. That looks fantastic. Yes, very cool. Okay, and then I can push this even further, because that's what it's always about, by doing something. How can I make this more extreme? I can probably layer on my standard brush. And I'm just kind of creating a sample of this texture right here. I'm not worried about the entire tail. Here we go. I can kind of get a really good effect in a similar way, but I don't have the overlapping ridge thing going on. Though I wonder how much I can get that effect by using the spiral brush. Nah. Another part of why I love my job, it's just there's so much to play. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Play with and discover, you know? And that's just on the edges. I haven't pulled this down to make sense quite yet. So I can do that now. Kind of bring all this together. And maybe add some lazy mouse. I'll divide this once. Add some special little layering details here. It's a little messy, but we're trying some stuff out, you know? I want more of a randomness to it. So what I'll do is modify my damn standard brush to have an alpha. I'll try this instead. I do need lazy radius. Something kind of like that. Here. I have a little bit more precision by using my masking brush. And there we go. It's a little messy, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Here's what we had before, and this was after Destoria's lettuce revelation. Holy crap. That's so much better. You just unlocked something in my brain. That was extremely helpful. Thank you. This is why I stream. This is why I stream. You know, the nose could use a carrot. No. Traveler says, I've been looking at the wings. My brain's got something wiggly inside that isn't verbal yet. When you're ready, I'm excited for it. So the main reference that we have, this helps pull anything together, is this one. And it's like bat-like, if that's helpful in any way. That's why I have these kind of shapied a little bit. Just Lingual says, Mia, can we have a bonus stream where we make an animal from random vegetable references, then make it look good? Monkey wants this too. Is this not just Veggie Tales or something? I mean, sure. I'll write it down for a bonus stream idea. Bonus stream. Tomorrow's bonus stream has already been funded from last week, thanks to Cyber, and we will be sculpting a spirit bear. Okay. Vegetable animal. I'm gonna write that, and you're gonna have to help me when we get there. Vegetable animal. I'm gonna do a little dot for JL for Just Lingual and MM for Meditating Monkey, because you two wanted this, and you'll need to explain it to me when we get there. Very good. Monkey says, when I was in the 5th grade, we had to write a short story comic, and I did food tales. Broccoli was evil, his minions were tomatoes and onions, and the good guys were candy. That's wonderful. Oh, check this out. Traveler just shared this for the wing reference, the wing pose. Perhaps tying it in like that, incorporating the spikes like this. Ooh. That's really gorgeous and will be difficult. And I need that. So again, like I mentioned before, tucking in behind the traps or behind, the shoulder is the way to go. So the placement's okay, but I didn't think about having this extra fin run down the spine. It matches like the main motif that we have too. Definitely keeping that. You have made it to the stream. Good job. Lettuce is going away. It served its purpose. The story says, thinking of shapes helped me a lot making models. I just finished a really boxy mecha. It's amazing how much help just from stuff on my desk. You should put it and share your art. We'd all love to see it. If you're shy, it's okay. We're very nice. The fin looks great, by the way. The lettuce reference was clutch. Yeah, it was. Destoria, you're a hit. I say your name a little different each time. Destoria. Destroy. Okay. Let me bring back the fin. That's the head block out, which I'm going to keep because I'm very entertained at how blobby it was, but how successful. And we'll bring this back. Again, if you missed it, we had a bit of a fin revelation. You take this fin, and then you add lettuce, and you get that. Incredible. That has made it to the official model. And I'm always talking about that too when I sculpt that. I'm looking for a shapey shape. Oh, that's beautiful. Big fan. Excellent. Oh, that's cool. So something I like about this is it has that hook right here, which I tend to add on most of my wings right here. So it overshoots a little bit. And I do think that is a better shape than what I had. A shapier shape, if you will. And I'm unsure what I want to use for the filling, so to speak. Something that will help is if I separate this as its own piece, and then I can turn on Snake Hook with Sculptors Pro, and I can start to sketch out a shape here. It'll need to follow the spine somewhat, but we're not too pressed. Which is a pretty good rule of thumb. You shouldn't be pressed when you're sculpting. Be loose. Have fun. If you're not having fun, what is the point? Ooh, that's nice. At the very least, just having this little hook addition. Big fan. I almost want to add another one. That might be too much. Whenever I think of an idea and I think that might be too much, I have to do it and just show it and then decide. I mean, that's kind of cool. Now we have this weird appendage. What if I make it like a circle? Like a, nah, like a moon. No, that's good. That weird separation. I don't know what the mechanical purpose of it is yet, but I'll think about it. All I know is that I like it. I like it a lot. Paint says, streaming on Twitch, YouTube. That is confusing. Discord says that I'm on Twitch. I've never streamed on Twitch before. That is weird and confusing. Oop, hello. There. Anything else I missed? Oh, I know. We're very nice. It has Goblin Discord Mia on screen at the same time. Luckily, I don't take that too seriously. You guys are chaotic good. Chalver said, I was just thinking how you wanted to change up from standard poses and the wings could possibly benefit from a more unusual shape if we tweak them slightly. Absolutely. I already think they look pretty freaking weird. I actually had to make these from Sculpt. I had to make these from scratch because I didn't have any wings that looked like this, actually. Sculpting advice. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Also, a great movie. That's great. Can't say I've heard of it before. There we go. That's a better flow. This looks insane. It is about time. The reason why I'm taking the time to duplicate these wings and move them around is because they're still in this kind of like block out stage. They are evolving to look more and more like the final product, but again, I'm not very pressed if they get there or not. I just mirror it and do it again. We didn't mirror, did you? There you go. They're also perfectly flat right now. We will be changing that with the bend arc modifier later. But that's one of the last things that we're gonna do. There we go. All right, let's get a little spin around, see what we got going on. Zoom in, more, there. There's a lot that's working well. There's a lot that's kind of busted. But overall, I mean, we got some good vibes here. No, I'm gonna leave that as it is. All right, Mia, are we fixing things that are busted or are we focused on a different problem? I have to pick what I'm doing. Otherwise, I will just do everything poorly. Your reminder of the day that multitasking is not a thing. If you don't have a clear vision of what you're doing, it's not going to come out clear. Right now, I'm kind of just improving the body and fixing any lumpiness. Like, what is this? Was that supposed to be a limb? I don't know. Go away. This also is not connected to the shoulder currently. Bam. Even though all of this is very temporary, I still want my block out to be roughly in the position that I meant for it to be so I can evaluate it later. This looks like a tumor. So we will fix that. Auto masking. I know you're upset about auto masking. How about you just turn it off? There. Good. So we're just looking for a good flow. I do have this cool opportunity to have the body interact with the torii gate, so it can kind of like spill over it like a snake would when they kind of coil up on a branch and sleep. If you know what I'm talking about, great. If you don't, Google sleeping snake. And you should find something with it all coiled up and looking cool. So I'm just going to try to respect that volume the best that I can. That looks pretty good from this angle. I'm going to try to err on the side of adding material, not removing material to fix the shape. And by fix, I just mean improve. Can we stop being weird about this? Something about my brush is being silly. There we go. All right. Whenever you are connecting a neck to a jaw, it's very important you include this part. I see this when people draw as well. They like have it like super crazy cut, super sharp. And I know like a cut jawline is like appealing, but it's not realistic and people don't look like that. So make sure you have this flap of skin. I'm having a hard time showing it. This needs to be there. So my dragon, I'm adding that as well. I don't know what the fancy name is for it. Just add flap. And then I'm gonna go back in with my clay brush to add some material right here. Just so I remember to add some spillage onto the torii gate. There we go. It's a really fun opportunity for me to show like this interaction between the body and the gate. Yeah. What's this? Buy one more hour? I usually have a limit of buying 1 extra hour a day, but if you guys think that 20-minute more of stream is not enough, we can talk about it. It will still cost $15, but we can talk about it. The waddle, the jowl. I mean, jowls are here. This is... Oh, that changes my voice. I don't know what I expected. These are your jowls. This, I don't know what it is. Waddle. Just Lingual says, my jaw skin is tucked. I cut vegetables with my jaw. It's so sharp. The idea of you just smacking your chin into a cutting board is hysterical and weird. I feel like this has been a long stream, but I am having fun. Do you guys think this is a good stopping point? Or do you think show must go on? I'm just kind of sensing where you guys are at. We're gonna do it again tomorrow, so we can dole out the fun across different days. There we go. I am surprised how much we're getting done here. Traveler said, I was just noticing the Ko-Fi menu up again. Hey, that's fine. I have no problem with you. Traveler as our resident grifter, encourager, which is great. And it actually has made me a lot of money. Something really cool about the bonus streams, just being like genuine here for a second. I don't usually sculpt for myself. And it's been very cool that these bonus streams have allowed me to do that. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate the Ko-Fi tips. They go towards something totally separate than just Patreon stuff. I didn't realize I didn't sculpt for myself until recently. I mean, I love what I do and I have a lot of say in what I do, but yeah, it's very cool. Monkey says, we make fun happen, whether you like it or not. That reminds me of like strained family vacation of like, we're having fun, damn it. And everyone is rushing to the airport and yeah, you know how it is. Yes. Oh, I missed that picture. This might look like anger, but this is happy Mia. Gosh, I moved my face like a cartoon. Goodness gracious. It's true. If you missed it, it's in the Discord under Tabard Livestream. There are memes being posted. If you want an invite to the Discord, just ask and you shall receive. The money doesn't make itself, nor does that house by itself. Which, like, I think I told you guys that we talked to a mortgage broker at the beginning of last week. Long story short, we're actually going to be able to afford a house one day. I've been putting off that conversation forever because I was afraid to have an adult-tier adult look at my finances and be like, oh, honey, this is not happening. It is happening. We're going to be able to buy dirt. I'm going to have my own dirt. I've been wanting to buy just a little bit of land for a long time, and I will be able to have more critters than just my horse. Very excited. Ricky is partial to donkeys. I don't want a donkey. I think we're going to settle on goats instead. I would love to get some cows. I don't expect to have enough land to actually have like a head of cow, but that would be fun. I don't really have a cow horse. My horse is a retired off-track racehorse, but he has cut cows before. He's not very brave, but boy does he try. We were out moving cows late last spring. We were cutting like the bull from the herd, and my horse just about pissed himself. He was very afraid of the bull, which is fair. I mean, that's a good instinct, but we were all laughing at him. Me a little less so, because I was sitting on him and I'm like, please don't lose your mind, because I would be involved in that. I like life. It was a good time. All right, man, this just keeps getting better. Having a lot of fun with this. Sweet. Woo, basement stream win. No, what's wrong with the donkey? They're loud. They're really loud. I don't think people understand how much noise a donkey makes and how powerful that noise is. They're sweet and they're stubborn and they're a pain, which I can handle all of that, but the screaming, I don't want, braying is the fancy term for it. I don't want that. They are the best. I don't know. Oh, absolutely. There will be an inspector, no matter what. We can fix ugly. We cannot fix the roof or the foundation by ourselves, but I can paint, and we built our own entertainment center and coffee table. By we, I mean Ricky, who is a great, not woodsman. What am I thinking of? Not carpenter. Why can I not think of this word? Woodworker. Anyway. Craftsman. That works too. Absolutely. That's why I could never own a husky. Pretty, but loud. Absolutely. Well, this was pretty fantastic. Pretty good stream. We are wrapping up here. We have 15 minutes left, of which I think I'm going to wind down. This was a model that I was excited about, but also a little nervous about because dragons are intimidating. There's so much that needs to get done. But I think we did a pretty damn good job. Thank you guys for helping me sculpt it, per usual. I love having more insight and more eyes. Obviously, I make the final decision and I'm comfortable doing that, but it's still fun to have like more ingredients in the pot, so to speak. I love the idea that when people that have watched my streams for a long time, they can scroll through my website and my library, or the vault, and they can see models that they had a hand in designing. And to me, that's a very special thing. I'm starting to indicate where the top of the spine is. And I just need to keep track of this because there's a lot of twists and turns here. And if I know where the top is, it's going to help me determine the way I detail the scales and whatnot. I can also create more illusion of movement depending where I show the top to be. I end up going somewhat tame with it, but I'm pretty happy. Excellent. I'm gonna go a little bit farther by using my hard surface Orbs craft brush. And I'm just gonna draw a line to give myself this kind of subtle ridge here. There we are. Beautiful. I think this is the first dragon stream that I have done in quite some time. I missed this. I never get tired of sculpting a good dragon. There we are. And I can take my move topological brush and I can push things even further. Also, if you guys notice, this is my first stream where I did not have ZBrush crash, and the only difference is I closed YouTube Studio. Apparently, I can have the chat by itself and close the rest of it, and it does not... It works still, so... Huzzah to learning that. Traveler says, I can just see your DM looking at this, showing it off, and then telling you all to fight it. 100%. She terrorizes us. It's great. Just Single says, children are also loud, so by that logic, I must be equally okay with donkeys if I'm okay with children. That is very odd logic. Big fan. Ooh, brush gifting time. Are we sharing brushes? The Geo soft forms. What is this? Clay fill. Ooh, presents. Ooh, want. This is in our Discord. If you want some free brushes that are being shared, go get them. I'm taking them. Yoink. Yoink. I love brushes. It's like Christmas. I'm the first person to say, like, don't rely on fancy brushes. You should be able to do pretty much everything by yourself. All right. This looks like clay fill. Okay. I will subdivide. I'll make it small, very intense. Oh, this is pretty... So what this is doing is what I use Trim Dynamic with inverted for. But I'm curious, this probably does a better job of it. Yeah, it doesn't pull on the back side of the form. Ooh, okay, how is that different than clay? Oh, interesting. So here's clay, which just adds material, versus this is clay fill. Look how smooth that makes that. That's gonna be really helpful when I'm sculpting baby beasts, because you have to remove any details on baby monsters, like fine details, because it makes them look wrinkly and disturbed. And then what about soft forms? This is like another clay brush. It's kind of like Damn Standard, but blobbier. Oh. I like that. That's cool. Oh, you could do really good folds with this. Skin folds. As opposed to like the drapery brush, which has this sharpness to it. I wonder if I could use this to... That would be... Yeah, this could be really fun if I wanted to like carve runes into skin. Check this out. And I can gently kind of smooth over it. And I can build more forms on the sides to give this more organic cut and look. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Versus if I tried it with Damn Standard, it doesn't quite hold shape as well. If I really increase the intensity, it just puts a bigger cavity. If I make it small, yeah, it just doesn't really behave the same way. It doesn't have that rounded fall off to it. These are two very cool brushes. Well, thank you, Nifty. I always love playing with new brushes. I like it. I like it a lot. I might be keeping both of those too. You're ruining me on my like 4 core brush. I used to only use like 4 brushes and now I keep using more fun brushes. Oh my gosh. It is so awesome. Geo is super famous for sharp line. It's amazing. I love it. It's the sharpest thin line brush I have. Yeah, if I try to make that same effect with the chisel brush, it'd be a disaster. Babies do look wrinkly disturbed, at least initially. Well, I sell these baby monsters, so I have to make them more appealing. Now she's getting tattoos. Next will be piercings. Her father will be shocked. I think she's old enough to be her own dragon now. Yeah, this looks freaking crazy. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It is time to take a screenshot and call it a day. If you're feeling generous from the soul of your heart, you can go to my Ko-Fi, which is pinned and in the description. And for the price of whatever, you will get nothing other than a big thank you. Though all tips do go towards the Thursday bonus stream fund. So my bad. You would still technically, it would go towards something. You just wouldn't get anything today. I would still super appreciate it. Obviously, no pressure. Let me take a screenshot. All right. Smile, peasants. Awesome. Fun stream. One of my favorite dragons I've done so far, and it's not even done yet. It's so dynamic and interesting. I think the move to have it interact with terrain in some way was definitely the move. Yeah. Monkey says, I use lots of brushes. I mask my lack of skill with cool brushes. It's exactly what I don't like. And that's not true. You have skill, but I get what you mean. Don't do that. Ah, that was a good day. It was a very good day. That was also a very long stream. Goodness gracious. All right, what did I do today? I did a dragon, and that was worth 1, 2. And then I also did a stream. And we streamed for 3 hours. Yeah, it's a long stream. Also worth 2. Great. I have a goofy point system that keeps myself motivated for work, and I then have rewards for points. I'm a big fan of gamifying your life. Makes life fun. Alright, who is pinging me and stuff? Oh boy, lots of discussion. Let us make lettuce. That was a good time. That was really cool funning out that texture. I think that's a wrap for today's stream though. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Yes. Between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you subscribe on YouTube, YouTube should tell you about it, but if not, just follow on, join Discord and I'll be able to tell you there. I'll throw another invite to that. Yes. Bam. Obviously free to join. It is my Patreon Discord. You don't have to be an active patron. All right. Well, thank you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Take care, okay?